Hey everybody, Shawn Andrich here, and welcome to Chapter 17 of the Unmarked. And can you feel it in the air? Can you feel the electricity? Oh, we're so close to finishing it up. After this chapter, we've got one final one to go, and we are going to be all wrapped up. So thanks so much for your support and your listening. This has been a very successful endeavor for us, and we've had a real huge amount of fun doing it. So thanks for your support. Go to patreon.com/GWJ if you want to kick in a few shekels. But in the meantime, let's get right to it. Chapter 17 of the Unmarked. Enjoy.
It's morning, afternoon, something. You suppose you slept, but it's that sort of sleep you get either when you're about to get a fever or you're waiting to catch a plane, the type of thing where you're always afraid that you've slept too long and you awaken a start and then reality crashes around you. At best, it was fitful. And you're all glad for the dreams that you kind of don't remember. It's only been a few weeks, maybe 10 days, 2 weeks. It's really kind of hard to say at this point. All you know is going outside, you're wanted people, you're hunted, and yet you're so close to doing something great. The question is, do you have it in you?
That's what this is called? Doing something great? Feels like we're walking into our own funerals.
Well, there's been plenty of person who's faced death and done something great.
Okay. So we need to put on a show at the baseball game, right? Like that's kind of what we're thinking.
Yep.
How are we going to actually get this thing now that we've uprooted it? How are we going to get it there?
I told you I'm going to call the hunt and chase it.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, I gave it a go when we were in the past, and it didn't work really well. But now I know. I'm pretty sure I know what I did wrong.
So we're gonna have to split up, because if you're gonna chase it, some of us have to be there.
Honestly,
ready.
I think the only one who could keep up would be Chuck.
Well, I hate to say it, I know what I'm going to be doing. I mean, I'm going to have to be the one in the Red Raven costume. I mean, I'm the clown.
I think we can probably find a way to make that work. I can talk to his name's Jeremy. He's the mascot for the Red Ravens. He also, I think I might have mentioned this before, he also wears the Red Robin outfit when he's with Red Robin.
Same costume, different beak.
Same costume, but I don't a different hat on it.
I don't even care that we recycled that joke. I really don't. I
want to make sure that it hit the mark, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that was good for a callback there.
So if you can let Jeremy know,
he's set you up as the Red Raven. Listen, you've got a lot on your plate right now. I don't want to undersell this though. It's a big responsibility. You're going to be out there entertaining hundreds of kids.
Also in a costume that this dude has been wearing more or less solidly for the last 4 years.
Right. It does not get washed that much.
Look,
that's true.
I'm a clown.
Take care of this whole arm problem that you've got.
Look, I'm a clown. I've got the bow tie. I've got the pocket watch. I can do this.
It is going to look really garish when you take that hat off, the Red Raven head, and you look like a clown. I think it's probably going to get a rise out of some people.
Well, who says I have to take the hat off?
Maybe you'll have to. I don't know. You'll definitely want to take a smoke break.
You talk to Jeremy. I'll make the rest work.
I will get that taken care of. I think for starters, this is a great plan because everybody comes out to see the Red Ravens play. So this is going to be, we are going to have the full attention of really anybody who's anybody in this town.
We're going to murder a town.
The only thing I want to make sure we're clear on is how we're going to get let's call it our special guest to the game. So if we know for sure that we're going to be able to lure the thing to the Red Ravens game, like then I think we can take care of everything else. Because I think the important thing here is that we establish a connection with the town, with the community, and we're really not going to be in a better position to do that than at this game.
I'm telling you guys, I can get him there. I can get him there. It might cost me, but it's going to happen. The things that the lion told me at the, remember the circus? The ones who dumped all this shit in our laps?
That feels like a long time ago.
I talked to the lion there, and he said some stuff that I think I now understand. You leave that part to me.
Okay, so
The shadow's gonna be there.
when we get the shadow there, and we're probably going to have to do it around... realistically, we can't do it at the 7th inning stretch because everybody's going to get up and want to go get a soda or something. When is going to be a good time to get this? When we get the shadow there, how are we going to hold everyone's attention? Are we all going to go out on the field? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I mean,
So I will tell you, in minor league baseball, there are all sorts of diversions between, if not between every half inning, then between every inning. So there's races and
I
T-shirts.
think it's a little judgmental to call the Red Ravens minor league. We prefer to use the
Okay, so in
developmental.
not triple A, but maybe double A.
No, they're not double A. No. They are independent league. They wish they could be minor league.
Wow.
So
I
it
don't agree with that
feels
statement
like
at all.
the answer to this question is in my camp. How do I get? I guarantee you, I can get people's attention. I can put on a light show that will grab everybody.
I think it's in both of our laps because, as the ringmaster, I'm the one who has to kind of pull everybody together, but then I have to deflect their attention to something, and deflecting their attention to the shadow, probably not the right way to go.
Maybe that's what needs their attention. Maybe we need all the attention on the shadow.
So then what role does the magician play? I'm trying to think of the roles that everybody plays.
Yeah, well, basically what it is you want people's attention and you want people's joy and you want people's captivation and fear and these big emotions. When you think about it, the trapeze act, are they going to be in trouble? The lion tamer, then you laugh at the clowns. Like, it's just these ups and downs. Like you're almost doing like a circuit or a battery of people's emotion, which charges them up. And then
then the Sorcerer Serene will be a serious part of this then.
Yes, Sorcerer Serene. Okay. Yes, he's super. Well, pot's probably legal in this state by now, but
he might be a little calm about it. So showing them amazing feats and danger and death-defying situations, and so we are going to have to put on an actual show with Ethan doing some magic and Chuck doing some tumbling. Maybe Chuck jumps off of something.
Chuck is actually on the phone. You can hear him talking in the background really excitedly. No, dude, it'll be fine. I'll give it back. It'll be fine. I'll give it back. Yes, I've ridden it before. I know how to do it. No, it'll be fine. I'll give it back. It'll be fine. Just okay, cool. All right, I'll be by soon. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, bye. So, hey guys, I got a line on a really sweet dirt bike.
I knew.
Which I think I can do some sweet tricks on it, and it might be maybe for the hunt. If we have to move fast, I'll be able to keep up.
You can Chris Pratt in Jurassic Park it. Yeah, I like it.
Speaking of Jurassic Park, and Regina stands up, and her 8 dogs that she has with her now, plus Killer, all snap to attention, and they're looking at her super studiously. And she just flings out her arms, and they all go in this semicircle, and up on their back legs.
That is adorable.
It's very much it's like Pikmin, actually, is what it's like. The way they move is like a group.
Okay. Well, I'll be back. I'm gonna get my dirt bike. Bye, weird dogs.
So okay, so we get the audience's attention. I'll be down on the field. I'll be talking to them. I'll be wired into the PA system. We get their attention. We charge them up. We make sure that they are acting as one voice or whatever.
Don't forget to draw a circle. Okay, bye.
We actually have to draw a circle, or will a diamond suffice?
A diamond should suffice.
So, what?
It's more
then?
about like the ceremonial nature of the shape, right? So
But we've never done this before, and so I'm wondering, like, what's
we
the?
have though. Like, remember when we were in the past?
Yeah, you felt it when you were in the past in the West. Like, you got a sense of it.
But that felt like we had control over the audience. And
Mhm.
I don't think that controlling the audience is the right way to go, because we don't want to impose our will upon the community. We want the community to rise up as a force against.
You
shadows.
want to enthrall them, which has two meanings and comes from that. To put someone under a light spell or to captivate them with tricks. And there's a reason that the word means both things.
So when we do that, then what? Because we've never.
I just to let you know, you have a sense of what to do, right? From your time in the past, you can shape that. And I'm just telling you, because when you were there and there was that dark rider on the horse and the crowd was there, you're like, oh, this is what it's like. You could sort of, just like Jacob can see the shadows, you can feel the
Positivity.
Yeah, like you can feel the energy building. You're like, got it. And then you can just sort of
Direct it.
say something and direct it.
Okay.
Huh. I'm gonna have to take your word for it. Okay.
Weird voice.
Weird voice in my head. I love how you answered in character.
It just kind of comes and goes sometimes.
Okay. Well, so clearly some of us
This
have
doesn't
to
work.
Well, then the world ends.
Fact.
Way to bring things down, Corey.
I'm trying to. No, this is Chet talking.
Oh, sorry.
I'm trying to. What's our plan B?
There is no plan.
There
B.
is no plan B. We have to.
Do we tackle the shadow?
I think that's what's known as my job.
Chet, let me explain something to you. When we're there, I am throwing everything I have at him until I have nothing left. I am throwing everything.
Right.
Until there is nothing left. There's no plan B for me.
You all think I'm goofing, but I'm not. I'm not making fun here. Like, what if we can't do this?
Then we'll be dead. And we will have gone out doing our best.
What about everybody else? That's what I'm worried about.
We're not the first circus. No reason to
We
think
won't
we're
be
the last. All right.
Well, how about we
I
just
gotta
get
go
this
put
right?
on a stupid tuxedo.
I gotta go put on a Red Robin outfit with a beak that's a little bit too long.
I gotta go out and start beating the bushes, as it were.
You just know somewhere that a dirt bike is being procured.
So it sounds like we've got two teams. We've got the Chuck and Regina team, and we have the stadium dressing room team.
Yeah.
Yep. And we'll just go back and forth between the two.
Okay.
It's a long day. It's a long day of doing nothing, and time crawls by. It's sort of hospital waiting room slow. But the minutes do pass, and you decide that it's probably too early, but you can't stand waiting another minute. So Regina and Chuck head out. Tell me in a minute where you're going to start the hunt. And the other three of you head towards... Oh, do we have a name for this place? I don't have my map open.
The old baseball park.
They're not all called that.
Oh.
And actually, I think aren't the Red Ravens a football team in real life?
They are actually a football team.
Yeah, in our world, they're a baseball team.
Red Ravens Athletics.
So they are from the Coffeyville Community College.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why don't we just say that they are at the community college?
They play at the community college, but we'll make an independent league baseball team, not a college team. Because it bothers me because it's August and they wouldn't be playing.
Well, no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? There is a Coffeyville Red Ravens. It's just the college team. So there are
actually and it's a football team.
There is a baseball team too.
There is a baseball team.
They're currently playing Allen County Community College.
But realism in this role-playing game. I will not abide by baseball teams playing at the wrong time.
Real fast. The graduation rate at Coffeyville Community College is 35.4%.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus!
Oh, I actually can't even laugh at that.
That's so sad.
I read that and I had to just get it out of my head.
So there is a Coffeyville Stadium at the north side of town. It is where the football team plays, but it looks like it can also be converted into a diamond right north of Hillcrest Golf Course.
There we go.
Perfect. There's where we are. It's a dual-purpose stadium, although it very quickly, being in Kansas, once football season starts, that's it. The baseball team has to go play somewhere else. It's even now.
They're playing on the golf course. Yeah.
Yeah. With the 2-a-days they're doing on the football thing, it is begrudging that the baseball team gets their one home game a week. Okay.
Do you feel better now?
Yeah.
Walter Johnson Park is where they play.
We've given 3 places they play. So now
I'm sorry. I'm so wrapped up in this.
Yeah, we've totally lost them. No one will be able to find us now. We're in 3 different places at once. Someone please pick a place. Would you?
Walter Johnson Park. I see it. That's the one.
Walter Johnson Park.
Walter Johnson Park. Okay. You start heading to Walter Johnson Park. This, Chet, is a familiar walk for you. How long have you been the voice of the Red Ravens?
I've been the voice of the Red Ravens for going on 13 years now. I mean,
13. You're almost the end of your 13th season.
Yeah, I'm almost at the. It's the end of the 13th season. We're doing well this year. We're 5th in the division. It feels really good about that. I feel like
compared to last year
that we go really far. We might make a stop at the Walmart Supercenter on the way over. But this definitely feels this feels like home to me. I am at my best when I am calling a Red Ravens game. I grew up loving this team. I feel the passion that the community has for this team, and this is the one part of my job that I feel like I got. Yeah, no matter everything else that happens, if my boss is mad at me about something, if a radio shift didn't go well, when I am at the stadium calling a game, and I probably have a partner. I'm just realizing.
Not down
here.
You're doing play-by-play and color announcing, and trust me.
So this would be like, what's the guy's name in? Oh God, what's the guy's name in the Cleveland Indians movie?
Trumbo?
Major League.
Major League.
We're not bringing Major League into this. My God, people's standards.
There will be no Charlie Sheen involved here.
Not to the important things like baseball.
No. So I'm going total like Bob Uecker on this.
Okay, Bob Uecker. That's fine.
You do whatever. Let you keep this gig for as long as you have.
Yeah, this is when I feel like this is the part of my job that makes me feel the most confident. Honestly, is that every night I know that I can go out and I can call one of these games and bring some joy to people. So if we had to have a showdown, this is the one where I feel like it's going to
work. Great. So Ethan,
yeah,
what are you doing? It's the game starts at 7:00. You're there at 4:30 because you guys couldn't sit still any longer. The baseball players are not there because most of them have jobs. They'll be there around 5:45.
You didn't have any problem getting in. I mean, I can get whoever I need.
What are you getting in? If you looked at it, there's
you are open field.
It's an open field with a concrete PA system.
What you're talking about. There's security. I mean, there's a guy who stands there who will look at you sternly if you try to walk in.
And Walter, you don't mess with Walter because when he's been on a bad drunk, he will get in your face.
That's right.
Yeah. Do you give him a lot of a hard time that it's His name is Walter, and he works at Walter Johnson Park. Is that?
Yes.
They named the place after you?
He's heard that. He's heard that a lot.
My name is Walter Feinstein. I don't know what you're talking about.
I go out and I walk the bases a couple of times because there's literally nothing for me to do. And then I go up to the grandstand or whatever. Probably not. That's probably a little grand for this place, but
Bleachers.
The aluminum bleachers.
Yeah.
I find a pen and a piece of paper there, and I write down a letter to my brother, and it begins, "I wish I could tell you why I'm dead, but writing it down is what caused this in the first place." And then I write him just a letter about, missing him and wishing him well.
What do you do with the letter?
I burn it.
Okay.
I don't go out on the field at all because clowns don't go out until it's their time. So I'm backstage in the dressing room, which there's a little tiny 6x6 smelly spot where they hang up the costumes, and there are a couple of old versions from like the 50s and 60s, and I sort of piece together my version of what the Red Raven's going to be like and make sure that I get the bow tie from Charlie affixed on the outside correctly, and I cut a little pocket for the oversized pocket watch I got from Tim, and sort of try to make this character my own. And then I just walk the locker rooms and the dressing rooms until the athletes start coming in, and they don't know any different because it's just I keep the hat on, and I play the part. I start high-fiving them as they come in to get ready and jumping up and down and
with the one arm though, right? Like the other one's going to go.
Well, no, to be fair, mostly I'm making chicken dance moves, so I really only need the elbow anyway.
Like a splint in there.
Yeah.
They're very surprised that you're so energetic. Jeremy typically doesn't try to.
No. I'm fully aware that I am not playing Jeremy.
Still sobering up at this point.
No.
But they are really like, oh, hey, this.
Yeah, I am not trying to be Jeremy. I'm trying to be the spirit of the clown in the moment ahead of a festival event. And so I'm just in it, and I'm ready to run out in front of the first person they call for the Coffeyville Red Ravens.
Okay. They think you're a little odd.
You think?
They do have a love of baseball, and they're happy to be here. And there's something both noble and sad about their position right now, because they're the people who maybe almost made it, or maybe played in the minors or the high minors for a while, and then they realized that they weren't going to make it. And yet, rather than give up completely, they stayed with this thing that they love long past the time when other people would have quit.
I'm guessing 2/3 of them have another job.
Oh yeah, most of them have another job. Even minor league baseball, if you're working your way up to AAA right before you get to the major leagues, you're making, I think like $22,000 a year.
Yeah, so they're either living with your parents or you've got another job.
Yeah, well, but when you're there, you're working your way. Maybe it's a little more, but you're working your way up to the major leagues because the next stop at the major leagues is a minimum of $250,000, right? So, but these people those days are, if they got close to it, if they had that cup of coffee with the majors, if they blew out their shoulder and they still think I'll get it back and I'll be a reliever, it's not going to happen. But they still like playing the game and going out there. Ethan,
Yeah.
You're in the stands. You noticed Walter. He's chalking up the field. He's laying down the chalk lines and putting the bases out because the kids would steal them otherwise. Kind of just doing the groundskeeping type stuff around there. It's one man. The field is got patches from the hot August sun. There's a lot of dirt in there. What dirt there is on the infield is not the rich brown you see on TV, but sort of gravel and gray. But the field is coming together. Your ring is being created in front of you. And you all wait.
I I don't want to get into it right now, but I called you.
Okay, we'll get back to you because on the other side of town, the hunt has gathered. Where are you? What have you been doing this afternoon or the past hour or two?
Well, Chuck got his dirt bike. Pretty sweet. It's yellow. Also, actually, he went to the baseball field earlier even than you guys, and he just kind of whipped up a quick makeshift ramp because he thinks he's going to need to do some sweet jumps at that point as part of the show. So it's kind of like there. It's inobtrusive, maybe even just outside that shitty fence that's around the place.
Yeah,
so
it would have to be. Otherwise, Walter would
otherwise
remove
they
it.
notice, and he's found himself from Halloween a couple years ago a Super Dave Osborne costume.
Oh my God, Super Dave!
That is an ominous costume for you.
I love it.
And it matches his current his success in stunts as so far. So he's feeling pretty good. He's feeling like he's got a good handle on what it is to be an acrobat at this point.
Okay.
Regina's been communing with the dogs. This is really weird looking from the outside. Because basically they've just been sitting around in a circle. And she's sitting in the dirt, same as the dogs are. And there's not a lot of noise going on. But she's kind of gauging everybody's readiness for this. And about an hour in, one of the dogs gets up and walks away. It's actually the lab mix that we met in the interstitial when she went and got her 2 dogs.
Oh.
He doesn't have enough of whatever it is that she needs for the hunt. Not the right personality, or maybe just not the right bloodlines in him or something, but he walks away. And it's not a bad thing, because it means that he's probably not going to end up having to face the shadow or whatever else goes down tonight.
But he's not happy.
Not very happy, no, but he goes. And then she starts howling. And they're out at the edge of town, is where they are. They're like out sort of in the scrubland beyond the last houses, beyond the last dingy little sheds and crappy gas stations that went under 10 years ago. And she starts howling. And the dogs pick up the howl too. And they stop a couple times because it's not quite right. And then she hits this particular tone, this particular vibration. And the dogs take it up with her. And it's like the air itself begins to vibrate. And she feels it in herself when the dogs and her kind of snap into this circle of awareness together. It's different from the usual sort of conversations or communication that she has with them. It's like this almost, it goes a level deeper than that. Before they were a bunch of animals, now they're a pack for real.
Nice. All right. I'm going to ask you for something, and this is going to be putting you on the spot. I want you to tell me the one word that you're going to convey to them that gets them on this scent, right? Because you don't know your quarry.
Yeah.
You just know what your quarry embodies. So you're asking them to look for something that is not physical, but metaphysical. But you are, the animal handler, the lion tamer, right? So you can take some of whatever powers you and convey it to them. And you can take a minute. You can come back, because we can go back to our good old friend, Chet, calls his ex-wife.
Hey, Janine. How's it going?
Why are you calling me, Chet?
I know the past couple of weeks have been troublesome. And I don't know how to explain what's going on, but I just wanted to say that I'm sorry.
You're what?
I'm sorry. I know that it's not something you've heard me say a lot. I appreciate that. I'm sorry for everything that I've put you through. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Chet, I don't know what's going on, but thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Calling a game tonight. It's gonna be kind of a doozy, and I just wanted you to just to know that. I thought it was important.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I do know one thing. You are the voice of the Red Ravens. And you're going to knock them dead.
Oh, I appreciate that. Could you tell our son I love him, and he's
sure,
he's gonna be a good guy.
Yeah, well, you're going to see him Saturday, right?
Yeah, I'll probably see him on Saturday.
What do you mean probably? Come on, Chet, don't do this. You almost had me liking you. Saturday is your day.
Look, I don't know how to explain this to you, but I told you there were some weird things happening. I'm gonna fix those things tonight.
Fine, and then just show up Saturday for your son, okay?
Yeah. I'll see you both on Saturday.
Good. Now go get him. Okay. And then, she hangs up. I'd say you hear
everything else just hangs up.
No, because it's like a movie, right? You just hang up, and then oddly there's a dial tone, even though it's 2016.
Let's not focus on that. Yeah. All right. So now it's time for me to start my pre-game ritual.
Okay. The players are on the field. They are warming up. Both teams are there. They're playing at the same time. I mean, they all kind of know each other. I don't know what the other team is. Probably from a couple towns over. Someone can look that up in their spare moment. We'll give them a name.
Independence.
Oh, yeah.
Independence. Yes.
Yeah, the Independence.
Well done.
The Independence Browns, if we want to basically go back to our throwback.
Red Ravens and the Browns.
The Ravens and the Browns. Ravens are the home team. Should be quite a game. They're 5th and 4th in the division. You do notice something, which is whenever the baseball players get to the chalk lines, they jump over them without scratching them. It is an actual real-world superstition for a baseball player to scratch the chalk line and break the line. So you should have a nice intact circle when it comes to be showtime. So.
Okay.
Regina, is the hunt about to begin?
Yep. There's a feel to the world that human beings can tap into, but not as strongly as animals can. The rhythm of life, if you want to call it that, the pulse that runs through all things that are native to our world. Even sick animals fit into that cycle. Even a petroleum spill fits into that cycle in a way. The shadows don't. And so the word that she gives to her pack is wrong.
Good. They get it. They understand. And almost as one, they start sniffing the air. They start sniffing the ground. They're looking at each other. You can sense all their communications going back and forth. And then one of them finds something. And they start heading into town from the northwest. Heading towards... Yeah, it actually looks like heading towards where the circus was those weeks ago. And there's some thunder on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
A storm is coming.
The heat's gonna break.
The heat's going to break. It's just a question of when. Chuck, are you there for this?
Yeah, it wasn't hard to find him.
All the yeah.
Just follow the dogs, the nervous animals, and eventually you start to hear the howling, and Chuck catches up as they're on the move. Regina, are you on foot?
In a manner of speaking.
Yeah.
She has actually kicked off her motorcycle boots and is running barefoot with the dogs. Yeah.
But upright, like on foot running.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the only way humans can, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to like leaping fences or scrambling or whatever, there's a couple moments of, four limbs working together.
Yep. So Chuck is just trailing. He's following because he doesn't know what they're tracking or how they're tracking it. So
Right.
Yeah.
The sweet, 4-cylinder.
Oh man, is it ever? I'll look it up, but it sounds like an angry bee. Yeah.
A real sewing machine, that one.
Yeah.
Okay. You find yourself getting closer and closer to I think it's the municipal stadium is the name of the place where the circus began.
And what's odd is that the dogs are all different sizes. And Regina has 2 legs, and Killer is tiny. But the way they move, it's kind of like one thing. Killer doesn't get left behind, even though she really should have. Regina is in the middle of the pack, even though her 2 legs being longer and she not having the same kind of power and motivation that dogs have. It shouldn't work, but weirdly it is.
Okay. Yeah, you feel really connected to them, and actually you can really feel the desire to go back to human speech and thought is becoming more foreign by the minute.
Yep.
Okay. As you grow closer to Veterans Memorial Stadium, there's a lone unassuming figure getting into a Toyota Corolla. And the figure hears either the sound of the dirt bike or the dogs or the thunder, something all rolling in from the west, and stops and turns and looks at you. And immediately, something in the body language changes. And the ground and...
Yeah, one of the dogs gives voice, and that dog has some hound in it.
Yeah.
It is that belling, rolling bark that you only get out of a hunting dog.
Right. I did grow up with beagles, by the way, who hunted rabbits. And the ground in front of you erupts. It cracks. It blisters as if like an ugly sort of scab or pus-filled blister forms underneath the ground, and it explodes in front of you. And I would like Regina and Chuck to draw a card, please.
All right.
Yeah, you go first.
All right. Oh no. The 2 of Cups.
Oh no.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
No.
That's not good.
Oh no.
Chuck, why don't you draw yours while we're waiting?
All right.
The 2 of Cups looks so unassuming. It's just 2 people having a casual cocktail.
Yeah.
I got the moon.
Okay,
That's very
that's
good.
And
good.
there's 2
Howling dogs
2 doggies on it.
Yeah.
and a crayfish.
When you receive the reverse 2 of Cups, you may find that suddenly you like your work a lot less.
No. No.
Regina, I'm afraid a couple of your dogs
Yes.
get hit by the erupting earth. thrown into the air, and when they land, you can feel them sever from the pack.
Yep.
Chuck.
Yeah.
You see one of these pieces of earth sort of rolling and rippling. It almost looks like a giant saucer-shaped piece of dry sod, coming up from the Kansas ground. And you can just see it. It's all like, it's just there. And you tilt your bike just a fraction, and there's the jump of all jumps. Angled perfectly, and you gun it and exit off of this thing. It's maybe 12 feet in diameter. Mm-hmm. And you feel, no, more than that. Let's go 20 feet in diameter. Like a plug of earth. And you just ride it, and you are in the air 20, 25 feet.
Nice.
In complete control of this.
Yeah.
It was the moon, right? We haven't drawn the moon. That's nice.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
Yeah. The moon indicates that things may seem somewhat confusing to you now. You might find it hard to understand where you are coming from, much less what others are thinking and feeling. You need to try to sit with the uncertainty. So you are feeling you are more in a more intuitive phase than usual. So what is your insight as you have almost this bird's-like view of a Corolla now pulling out and heading into town at a breakneck pace?
My insight is, where is he heading? Like that's what I'm wondering. Like, if I can, with that bird's eye view, if I'm kind of looking, Chuck's looking out over the horizon, and the insight, because this is a pretty major card, the insight to me is, where is he heading, and can I convey that to Regina?
Well, you get the sense that it's just fleeing.
Okay.
But fleeing out of panic, that this thing inside the host is feeling fear for the first time in 100 years, that its existence on your world is now actually could go away. And while it's not intelligent, it is cunning, right? It's now an animal that's found itself on the wrong side of the hunt, and it's just trying to go to ground. But because of this card, you have some ability to control. Like, if you want to chase it, you feel like you'll be able to keep it on that edge of panic and make it go where you want to go.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely do that. And I've got my stun baton out. road rash style.
Okay, back at the ballpark. It's top of the first. You're in the groove, right?
Yeah. I'm totally in the groove.
Wait, so I didn't get to run in?
Oh yeah, sorry. It is the warm-ups.
Why don't we do like
Come on, I've been waiting for the run-in.
All right. Sorry. I didn't mean to take away from your moment.
This is a show, please.
This is a show. All right, Chet. Let us give the ladies and gentlemen, bring us.
Hey, give me a sec.
I thought that was your video for a minute.
I can see why you got the gig. Okay.
Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to the game of the night. This is I forgot my name as I was trying to pull this off. You guys got me nervous. Good evening, sports fans. I am Chet Bolingbroke, the voice of the Red Ravens, and welcome to tonight's game. And there's the Red Raven getting the crowd pumped up.
And
that's you.
And I run out, and I come out, and I'm transformed. I am not Jacob. I am the putting on the suit has made me really be the clown. And I run the bases with my hands up in the air. I actually pull off a handspring, which I've never done before. I'll pay for it later, but I pull it off this time.
Really, how are you doing some of these things?
That doesn't work.
and I like stand on the pitcher's mound, and I shimmy, and I snap my bow tie, which nobody's ever seen before, and I'm getting the crowd all worked up, and I pull out the big pocket watch from Tim, and I look at the watch, and I look at the audience, and I look at the watch, and I look at the audience, and I point to the box.
Red Raven sign. What time is it, sports fans?
There we go. And then you start bringing people out.
Okay.
From behind me in the stands, I hear a little boy go, Mommy, that man's arm just bent the wrong way. No, he didn't.
Indeed.
Game with the Red Ravens taking on the Independence Browns, and it's gonna be a real slobber knocker.
Jacob, I would like you to draw a card.
Okay. Is this to see whether I pulled something?
Nope.
And I get the Page of Wands.
Nice.
Page of Wands. Okay. You are not in excruciating, mind-bending, horrible pain. If you remember, do you remember what you said when we talked at the first time we were at the circus? Why you were at the circus? Why you were there?
Because I always wanted to be one of the clowns, I think.
Yeah, you said that, and here you are. You did it.
Yeah.
This is actually a childhood dream, and Jacob, the accountant, Jacob, the guy who was lost, Jacob, he's gone.
I'm the clown.
This is where you were meant to be, and you can feel that early ripple of, oh, this guy's really into it tonight. And you can see their attention get caught and a couple kids bounce up and down in their seats. And you know that somehow the energy has started.
I'm all in. Like Jacob is washed away. It's the hat. It's the hat.
It's the hat.
Because
Okay.
I'd never put on the makeup before, right? And this is the equivalent of putting on the makeup.
Okay. It's a hat, the bird head. Yeah. Okay. Back to you, Chet.
Tonight's game is gonna be a real. I need another word other than
I don't even know what that word was.
This game will impact the who moves on in the series.
You don't watch a lot of baseball, do you?
I don't watch a lot of baseball. No.
Your wife is a baseball fan.
And we got the starting lineup coming up right now. Middleton up.
I'm not going to make you go through all of this, please.
Thank you.
I'm not going to make you go through.
I missed a lot of Karla's.
The shortstopsman is.
Karla spent a lot of time talking about what the pack was going to do, and I was frantically researching, trying to figure out how could I open this game. I have a couple of things ready. I'm ready for strikes and balls.
Here's what we're going to do. Every once in a while, I'm going to point at you, and you just have to do your snippet as if you're fading in, right?
Okay.
Right? And that's strike 2, count as 0-2, right? That's all we need. So you just need 5 or 6 generic ones.
Why couldn't you have picked football? I'm just saying.
Hold on. You picked baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, I did that for you.
I love this transference that you have going there. Okay. I can handle football as well. I can handle most of the 4 major sports.
Mm-hmm. Show off.
I'm a real threat in America.
Middleton comes up to the plate. Middleton's had a good year this year. He's got 3 RBIs.
He is batting leadoff. But I guess their 8 and 9 guys are not getting on base. But I won't turn this into a baseball thing.
Why they're in 5th?
Okay, and so the game starts. And it is entertaining at the level that it is. It's not super crisp, but the pitching matches the hitting, matches the fielding. That's the thing about baseball, is it somewhat balances, right? It's the pitching is just bad enough that the hitting's bad enough that the fielding's bad enough that it's the same thing at a lesser level than you'd see up and down.
How is the attendance?
It looks like once everyone gets in there, you'll have a few hundred people. Pretty good night. But it is hardly like you want to be there for the national anthem, right? There's still people wandering in and carrying their ice cream from the ice cream truck that's, in the parking lot. Mm-hmm. But it's filling up. It'll be fine. It's a nice night. I mean, then you hear the thunder.
Right.
And you wonder if this game's going to be delayed or called at any point.
Reasonable
All
guess.
Right. Back to the hunt. Regina. You've lost some of the pack. Are you all caught up in the blood of the moment, or do you stop?
Oh, hell no. We're going.
You're going. This is the pack
this is
knows.
the purpose.
Yes, this is the purpose. Okay.
And, that was one of the things that she was doing in the circle beforehand, was judging who had the oomph to be able to go on when things like this happen. So
yeah,
they're fallen members where they lie, and they follow Chet.
Okay. So you're not keeping up with a dirt bike, although you have almost a mystical, ferocious energy that it's pretty close. Like you suspect that you are running faster than an Olympic sprinter, and yet you feel very little effort other than hearing the howling around you and the blood in your ears. And you can, is that blood on the wind, or do you just want it to be? Like you can't quite tell at this point. So now we're back to you, Chuck.
Yeah.
You are barreling down through Coffeyville.
Yeah. So I need him to be going toward the baseball diamond, to the baseball field. So, so I'm going to go, like, if I need him to go kind of like keep left, then I'm going to go to the right side of the car, and I'm going to smash the window with my baton. Because if he's like frantic and harried, I'm going to like try and kind of like get him away from like, you know, because like I'm going to make as if I'm like going to try and get into the car, basically.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out just 1 second. I see what you're trying to do. Like as you're driving, I just need to figure out where the municipal stadium was. Doesn't matter. You're on one side of the town. You're on the northwest, I believe, and you're going to the southeast side.
Yep.
Zigzagging through town, and we will just largely hand wave some of the stuff there. Okay, so you take your baton and like a crazy, oh my goodness, this only happens in Hollywood moment for the town. Like you just smash in there, and I'm going to need you to draw a card again. You keep doing some dramatic stuff, so
yeah,
keep earning it.
All right, well, how about a 10 of swords?
Okay, 10 of swords. Very successful without any major arcana. Yeah, that's just bang, you smash the window, and the car kind of swerves and then takes like a sudden road out from underneath, you know, like just goes down like a tree-lined street on the edge of town. And that's when the tree branches start reaching down and grabbing towards your dirt bike.
Not dirt bike.
So you're going to have to tell me what you're going to do here to not be enraptured by grasping, clawing hands that are coming at you.
Well, obviously I'm going to jump into the car.
You're going to jump into the car.
Well, I need to get him there, so I will get my hands on the wheel and steer him there if I have to.
Okay. So I'm going to need a big pull if you're going to not only avoid the reaching, clawing branches of animated trees, but also work your way through a smashed window while on a dirt bike going 35.
Hey, I'm dressed like Super Dave Osborne. Anything's possible. All right.
Okay.
How about the Emperor? How about we bring
No. Oh my God! It is.
We had been waiting
pulled it out.
17 episodes for you to get your cards together.
The fourth
I
arcana.
remember just a few episodes ago where you couldn't jump across a tiny ravine and you just fell in the water and broke your leg.
Kaboom! Ow!
Okay. The Emperor. When hard choices must be made, it's important to maintain your concentration and focus. And this is something this time period will make easy for you to do.
Damn straight.
Enjoy the assertiveness and confidence this self-control and focus brings. If you can master yourself, then you should have little problem mastering the world.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Okay. So the branches come and they just grab the dirt bike and pick it up and throw it in the air. And it's, I don't know who you got it from, but that thing is now...
He's not going to be happy.
They're not going to be happy as a yellow dirt bike just goes flying off. And you just tumble like the acrobat you are and were born to be into the shotgun seat. And you look over and you see a very, very frightened Ukrainian immigrant, middle-aged woman.
I knew it! I knew it! Yeah. Sorry.
Who starts screaming inconsolably and crying as you come in and starts trying to just hit you feebly, like, and speaking like, what are you doing? Ah! And she's just, the car's like veering all over the road. Why are you chasing me? And I'm trying, I don't have the accent down and I'm just going to skip it so that I don't do like Chinese immigrant and South American immigrant.
Yeah. So it's a Corolla, right?
Sure.
Yeah, you said it's a
He's thinking of the differential.
Yeah, I'm like, I picked Corolla because that's what I drive and I know what it looks like.
It's a known evil vehicle, so that's understandable. I would,
Wow.
Yeah,
it's on now.
No, I'm thinking about where the e-brake is, and I think that's going to be
Right
an
in the
e-brake.
middle.
Like it's
Right
right
in the middle.
It's a center console pole.
Then I'm
Yeah.
hauling on the e-brake.
Okay.
Sans has the diagram up.
It's about 3 inches off the.
Okay. Yeah, well, you pull the e-brake and this thing just does an amazing Hollywood turn sideways, jump up, and do some barrel rolls in the air down the middle of the street. What was your plan?
Because maybe that's what's going to happen.
What was your plan?
Hey, no, the Emperor's got this. So the plan is basically this: we need to get the shadow there. We don't need to necessarily get the shadow there conscious or otherwise. So my feeling is that where this vehicle it's driving, it's hard to control where it's going to go. If I can get the shadow out of the vehicle and running, then the dogs can corral it and force it to where we need it to go.
Okay.
Because by this time we're actually a good way through town.
Yeah, you're getting close to the ballpark, we'll say. Okay, let's go back to the ball game. The car is in midair. We'll come back to when it lands.
I connect with the pitch and a swing and a miss, strike 2.
Ethan.
Yeah.
You noticed something. The crowd is really fixated on this game, and they're sort of murmuring here in the 4th inning. Do you have any idea why? How much of a baseball guy are you?
Not really. It's I've never been into it very much. I do find myself weirdly, like in moments, I mean, like when Jacob came out and when I'm hearing Chet calling the game, I even find myself like for a second caring about what's happening on the field in a way
Which is just shocking. Yeah.
yeah, which is, well, no, with everything on my mind, with what I'm waiting for, the idea that I could even care at all is interesting, and so that kind of leads me to notice, but I don't know that I know why I notice. Like I don't recognize the relevance yet.
Yeah. Do you want to ask, or are you just going to let it roll?
No, I want to ask, like, why?
Okay.
Where is Ethan?
I'm in the stands, right?
He's
like,
in the stand.
I would say right at the front of the stands. I'm near, like I set up where some of the other like performers, like people come out in between innings and they do.
And I'm in front of the bullpen in between every inning change, just getting the crowd worked up, clapping over my hands.
They're really noticing that the Robin is
the Raven.
Sorry, I was thinking of your day job. That the Raven is all fired up tonight. There's some speculation that Jeremy's drunk.
I know. I would argue that they don't think he's hungover at all, which is nice.
Yeah.
Which is a new thing.
Oh,
yes.
He's not hungover. No, they know that. No, you kind of tune into Ethan, and you, whether you ask or you quickly discern that the Ravens are throwing a no-hitter, and while it's only the fourth inning, their pitching sucks. Right, so while most people, the kids, are like, this is boring, nothing's happening, some of the people who are actually into baseball are getting a little like, okay, the probability of a no-hitter is really low, but right now it's 100%. And you can feel them getting worked up.
Kudacek is not normally the starting pitcher. He doesn't have a great record for the season, but he just seems to be, him and the catcher are communicating perfectly. They're calling all the right plays. His slider is just perfectly executed. His curveball is just at the right angle.
There we go.
Behind me,
I'm proud of me, Dad.
That's all he needed. That's all Rob needed to be happy.
Corey, you're 3,500 miles from me right now, but I'm giving you such a hug.
Behind me, the kid who was complaining about Jacob's arm earlier starts to mention to his dad that he doesn't think they've even gotten a hit. But before he can get the words out, the dad shushes him and says, "Don't say it."
Yeah.
I know. Don't say it.
Yeah. Well, why don't you say it?
Huh? Because it's bad luck. Like if you say it, like
but you're immune to bad luck.
Yeah, no, and that's what gets my attention and makes me realize what's going on. And then I realize I begin, like, I don't even know if I'm intentionally kind of trying to will it to make it happen, but in that same way that you start watching a game, You know that moment where you probably don't know this, but as a person who doesn't care that much about baseball, sometimes I'll watch ESPN or something and they'll say such and such is in the 7th inning and is on his track for a no-hitter, and I'll turn to the game and I'll start caring immediately about him not throwing, not getting that hit, not losing that game.
I really appreciate that you didn't make this about Europa Universalis 4. Thank you.
Okay, so my question to you, Ethan.
Yeah.
You're getting interested. The crowd's interested. Do you make this more likely than not that it stays a no-hitter?
Absolutely, because that is going to only amp up the energy in the stadium. And I make that logical choice that this is like, I'm interested, but this is also a strategic play. Like the energy in a stadium in a moment like that, particularly in a small town like this that has so little of those moments.
Yep. Yeah,
I'm throwing it.
All right, so pull a card. This pitcher worked really hard.
Oh, just don't. Stupid Chuck's already used up the major arcana. I pulled a 6 of staves.
Okay. You're not sure if you're helping or not, but you didn't screw it up.
Yeah.
If you had pulled like a 2, that batter was getting beamed right in the neck, which actually still keeps the no-hitter. But
but it does dumb it down a bit. Yeah.
Actually, let's just say it's even a perfect game. He hasn't walked anyone either, right? And I think there've been about 20 perfect games ever in 100 years thrown in the major leagues. So you're seeing something magical happening here. The car's in the air. Regina, you come around the corner with the hunt and you see a car pivoting and turning in the middle of the street. And the tree branches on the street reach out and form a lattice and catch it, soft as like cradling a baby, and gently lower it to the ground.
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah. And this woman looks at you. And she just basically reaches out and grabs your face. And you have never felt so afraid in your life.
And then the dogs pile onto the car like a furry wave.
Okay.
Breaking in the windows.
All right, let's pull some cards here, myself included. So, Chuck, what are you going to do? You have someone touch you almost softly, and you have a fear inside you like, you have never been loved. You will never be okay. And everything that anyone has ever said to you in your life has been a lie so that they could laugh at you when you walked away.
Oh, so it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Chuck's led a hard life. Actually, it is Tuesday. Let's pull.
Yeah. All right.
So who pulls first?
Chuck pulls first.
Okay. 10 of cups.
Okay, I'll pull next once I see yours because I don't want to pull the same one. Okay. Ace of Swords. That's.
Ooh.
I can't remember if aces are low though.
Damn.
Aces are low.
I think so.
Aces are
low.
ones.
Yeah.
Aces are ones.
I botched it. Is this what it's like to pull a card? It sucks.
Yeah.
Regina?
The Queen of Pentacles.
Nice.
Queen of Pentacles. Okay.
Yes.
And we had a 10, we had a queen, and we had an ace. Okay. There we go, and I'm going to shuffle. So we have a fresh deck here. Well, something goes wrong for this person. What power had always existed in there to be able to draw up through this connection, it's just reflexive now to pull on it. And you guys severed that. And basically, it or she or something just is not used to being so weak and so neutered, and just panics a little bit at the inability to maintain this. Regina, the dogs hit the windows and start smashing them. They're getting cut bloody from this. Well, no, it does kind of go to pebble glass, doesn't it? By nature.
There's some major bruises for sure.
Yeah, there's
but
a major.
they're hitting them with like their shoulders and stuff like that. Sweetie comes up the backs of the car, smashes through the back window, and Regina comes up over the trunk in this flat dive and ends up in the back seat, like gripping the front seats with her two, claws at this point. Thrusts her head in between the shadow and Chuck and snaps at the shadow's face.
Chuck, what are you doing with all of this?
Wow. So, Chuck, believe it or not, Chuck kind of wants to get out of the car now. But Chuck also wants to get her out of the car so we can drive her, so we can get her the rest of the way. We're close. So,
well, the car's sort of at a weird, almost upside down angle in tree branches.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not driving anywhere.
We're looking at a 2-footed kind of circus kick situation here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out the already broken window.
And she's motivated. She's got Regina snapping in her face. So, the motivation's there.
Yeah, this woman, I think I drew an ace, man. She's unconscious, right? She just basically shot her evil wad. And it's just she's just didn't underestimate that there was less than 1/1000th of the power she had 2 days before. And just opened the floodgate and basically just got the ultimate low blood sugar and took a header.
Sweet.
So it's your move, and that's when the raindrops start to fall, and you know that the game will be called or canceled soon, or at least basically suspended. So back at the ball field, it's now the going
Johnson
into
at the plate, and here comes the pitch. He connects, and it goes over second base, and
you're busting the no-hitter.
I don't know. Go ahead, finish it.
Yeah, which side does
No.
Johnson play?
What? Go ahead, just finish it.
Bounces over second base, goes out into the outfield. Johnson gets to second base, and it's a double play. The Red Ravens are on second base.
Okay, not a double. Double.
Nice.
It's a slobber knocker.
It's a slobber knocker.
Field goal!
I'm trying so hard to make it
I
right.
know. If this is, you don't have to do this if you're panicked about it.
No.
I like it. No, it's a double.
This
It
is
was
literally
a double.
all I have.
I didn't even remember that there's two different teams, so I think.
Yeah. So I was like, if this is caught, it's the top of the inning. If it goes over, it's the bottom because the Red Ravens are at home. So it's now the bottom of the 6.
Yeah.
The Ravens are perfect through 6. These games go quickly without commercial breaks.
They're trying to get into scoring position.
No, they are in scoring position from second base.
See, there you go. That's what I was.
There you go.
This close.
I know,
the
urge to just teach baseball right now is overwhelming. So I will write up a post-fact thing, guide that said a read-along with this episode.
It definitely feels like my performance notwithstanding as Chet. Chet's calling probably his best game.
Yeah.
There's something where he feels like he is almost a half second ahead so that he knows what's coming. He's giving as much detail as possible. If this were he wishes he was recording this for an audition so he could get into the big leagues in Topeka or moving up.
He's not even using the voice, capital V, but his voice is rolling out like thunder across.
Yeah, it is
plane.
great.
He's really lighting up the
and-
AM.
All right, so it is at this point that, Chet, you look over the outfield wall and you can see a bunch of dogs and a woman and Chuck running, kind of leaping, carrying someone fireman style over his shoulder. It seems to be an unassuming person in a pantsuit.
So, this is where Chet is really happy that he used the extra long mic cabling.
Yeah.
So that he can start making his way from kind of the side of the dugout where he normally sets up all of his equipment and start actually moving out to the field with the microphone, and he can switch on the microphone over to the PA so he can actually speak to the crowd. Surprising bit of forethought.
So we need this inning to end so we can start the entertainment.
Yeah, we're coming into the 7th inning stretch here, right?
Coming in hot.
No, it'll be the end of the 6th inning right now.
Oh, okay.
Right? It'll be the bottom of the 6th. It's 1 out. There's a guy on second. Red Ravens are ready to go, and the rain is starting to come down a little heavy here. The
You stop
groundskeepers.
showing me up in the whole call of the game.
Sorry, I was actually just trying to narrate. I've only listened to like 8,000 baseball
man.
games. Here we are, bottom of the sixth. Ravens are in scoring.
No, stop
Oh
it!
my god!
Stop it!
That's what Chess says.
The rain is starting to fall. The game is still going. The Red Ravens cleanup hitter is at the plate. He's batting. He's probably the only bright spot on the team, batting .348 coming into this game. The crowd is particularly electric watching it, and he gets the pitch, and it's a brushback pitch. Comes in high and tight, meant to make him uncomfortable at the plate, and he just snaps. I mean, he's used to this. I mean, you don't play the game if you're not comfortable with that ball being thrown at you, and charges the mound with his bat in hand and swings at the pitcher's head with his baseball bat. You're not really sure because all of you almost instinctively flinch. He makes contact, whether the pitcher got his arms up in time to block it is unsure. And Chuck, that's when you feel a white hot dagger of pain in your back as you are stabbed with what appears to be a 6-inch fingernail that's grown off the end of this person. Just a shiv that goes up into your kidney. And that's the first time that the lightning goes and the thunder claps.